Hello everybody. I am going to try to give you an idea on how to create a MailChimp email campaign for the first time. It's a little bit tricky for me to do this video because I have my own system, but hopefully that this will help you to create something and give you the ideas of how we do create them. First off, you would log into the MailChimp account and you would go to campaign. And on the top right, you'll notice it says create a campaign. You click on email, give it a name, test email, and hit begin. Now what it's going to ask you to do is first you'll see it has the name of your email on the top. It's going to ask you who you're sending it to. So you click here and you choose your recipient list. So this has all the different lists that are in there, Newburgh Campus, all Grace Kids families, and you'll be selecting the list that you want to use. I'm going to try to find one that's really small because I really don't want to accidentally mail this to anybody. So I'm going to pick this. To subscribe contacts and hit save. Okay. It's going to come from info@graceoc.com probably by default. So if you want to change it, what I would do is if it's coming from, say it's coming from Pastor Jim, you could put Pastor Jim in here and then the Washingtonville address over on this side. What I'm going to do for this purpose is Teresa Cruzetta, whatever I am now, and Grace Community Church. And then in here, I'm going to put my own email address because this purpose, just for training. Okay. So now then this is what they're going to see when they see this, the from section. The subject is creating a video test. Over here, you can have the subject line saying you're invited, and then down here you can say meeting on January 1. It's just like a little, try to catch their attention and bring them in. Hit save. So now the main parts are done. Now you have to build your content. So you come over to design email. Now what we usually use is basic. Okay. I've just found that it's the most simple and easiest to use, and everything that you want to add or change to it can be done very easily. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice is that each one of these is a separate field. So on the top, this is where I normally will replace the this little logo button with the video image that it talked, that we click on. So the first thing I do is get rid of this. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, you're going to have a video link because one of your pastors is sending you, a video that they've uploaded. So what I usually do is save it on a notepad, and I copy it, and then I come to a new tab, I paste it. Now I'm using Pastor Trey's video. So what I'll do is you have to find the image that you're going to use to have them click on it. So I will come to the bottom and start going through his video and clicking to see if I can find a nice picture of him smiling or something like that. Usually you can find them at the end of the videos.
So would you
and I'll just pick it. I don't know if I can find anything good. Trey is a fast talker, so it goes a little bit harder. So say I use this one. Then the next thing I do is I need to save this image, so I will get my snipping tool. If you're using a Microsoft computer, just hit the little Windows key and search up snipping tool. It'll open up. It looks like this, and you'll create a new snip. And all I do, not taking the icons, is I drag this down and skip. Don't grab the bottom icons. I just grab Trey's picture. There we go. And now I have that image, and I'll copy it and I'll paste it into what I usually use is Publisher. The easiest, whatever easy like design program that you have, or any graphics program. And then I had copied it from the snipping tool. Now I pasted it in here. Now this is the image I'm going to use that you click on in the video to start the video. But if you notice, it doesn't have a play button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a play button, which I will attach to the email. You can go online and just find, just search play buttons, and what you're going to want to find is a PNG file. Oops, here we go. You don't want a JPEG, you want a PNG file. So I'll show you what that looks like. I have one saved, so here we go, play buttons. If you notice, this one is a PNG file. It's relatively small, but when it's white, you don't see it that much, but that's what you're looking for, a white one. So I click on it, and I put it in there on top of him. I make it a little bit smaller. This one will help me. This program helps me to center it, so I know it's in the middle. Now, these are two different pictures, as you know. I inserted this on top of this, so I need to make them one image. It's very simple to do with Publisher. I click on the one image, hold down the control button, click on Trey's picture. Now there's two pictures highlighted. I have the button highlighted and this picture highlighted. I come to the middle, right click, and I save it as a picture. In other words, it's going to put it together as one image. And I save it on my desktop as a JPEG, and I name it. So I'll usually do Trey play button. And then I come down to the resolution and I'll change it to high quality. Hit OK. Now I save it. Alright, so now I have my image saved. And that's really the hard part right there. You can close this out. And I go back to my campaign. Now right here, it's asking me what image do you want here, and I don't want the logo, so I'm going to replace it. And now it's going to ask me, what do you want to do? Where is it? And I want to upload it. So it's going to ask me where it is, and I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to find Trey. He's right there. Click on that play button, and now it's going to upload the image for me. There he is. So now I double click on Trey, and there he is in the video. But right now, you'll notice something on the right here. It's saying it's really big. So let's fix that, because most of the ones that you will upload will be very large images, and it's just too large for an email. So we fix it by coming over here to this button. Very simple to do. I stay within 600 on the width. Leave this box checked. Down here, type in 600. It'll automatically adjust the height, and then you hit save, and then you wait a moment and you'll look over here, see it's made it smaller. It doesn't affect how this looks, but it's made it the right size. Now you want to link this image to the video. So you hit link. It's going to ask you to put the web address in there, and that's the video address that they've sent you, the video they uploaded. So you copy it and you paste it right in here, and then you insert it. Okay, now this has a link. You can look at it. You have the image. It's the right size, and it's been linked. Okay, you save and close. Okay, so now this is taken care of. This can be a little bit tricky, only because they have some coding in here that I don't like. If you accidentally bring something up, it's going to capture this very large heading font, and it's very difficult to undo it. So what I do normally is I will come up to this email, and I'll delete this box, and I'll drag a text box and drop it here in the contents box. Now, it doesn't have any formatting, so it makes it simple. I can create my own formatting. So, hello Grace Newberg, since we're using Trey. Please click above for a message from Pastor Trey. Okay, now it's simple, but I want this to be big. I highlight it, and I make the font size larger. So I'll go with 18, not big enough. Let's go to 24. There we go, 23. I'll make that text bold. And now I have like a header, and then you do the same thing with the text underneath. If you want to leave it, that's fine too. And then you save and close. Okay, now you have your video. You have whatever text you want in here. If you want to insert just a like a registration button, you can see over here there's other things that you can do. So here's a button. You would drag the button, and notice it has drop blocks here, so it's telling you where it's going to go. You can drop the block here, change this to register here, in a bit bigger font. You can change the color by clicking on the Style tab and changing this to a different color. And then one of the things you can also do is you can put in, under content, you can put in a web address. So say you created a link in JotForm, you can put the JotForm link in there, and then you save it and close it. Alright, so in any event, now we save and close the email because we want to test it. Alright, it's closed. Now you come down to the bottom and you wait. Send a test email. You click on that. You put in your name. I suggest you have at least 2 people test it for you. I don't know why I'm in cap lock. It's not necessary. Checking for typos, checking to make sure the links work through different browsers. The main thing is to click on that image. You want it to go right to your video. You want to make sure that it doesn't give an error message. So you hit send test. And I will wait. Okay, the email just came into my email box. I'll bring it over here so you can see it. Here's the email that we just sent. You'll notice the title that you put in and the address is there. You come down to the video, you click on the video, and there we go. It takes you right over to Trey's video, and you can start it. Okay, you can turn that off. And then, let me see, let me go back. So let me just find my email again. Okay, there's the email. It has everything in the center of it. And what I would normally do is to check it in your phone, open it on your phone to make sure it renders properly on your phone. This would be linked. You click here and test your link to make sure it goes to your JotForm or your Google Doc, wherever you wanted that to be attached to, and you're good. Go back to the video, go back to your campaign, and when you're done with that, you finish it. You either send it on the top right or you schedule it. If you want to schedule it for later, very self-explanatory. Excuse me, you pick a date, put the specific time, and then you schedule the campaign. If you've sent it to a couple of people, because you can send the test message to a couple of people, and you know it's good, you hit send, and that's all there is to it. If you have any more questions, let me know. I have no problem trying to answer specific questions. If not, you can also go to YouTube. They have some great videos there if you want to start expanding on your skills. I would do that. And there's, just play with it, but make sure that you always test message yourself and don't send it out to your whole congregation. That can happen, believe me. Okay, thanks so much.